Okay, hello, welcome back to the Land Rover Toolbox videos. This is your narrator, trailer fitter, or aka Chris Higgins, whichever you like to call me. No, I'm not too bothered there. Right, so today we'll get a little bit philosophical, that's PH not F, about Land Rovers and why Land Rover. Specifically, I'm asking you the question is, why have you chosen a certain vehicle that you have, and why are you going through ordeals to keep it on the road? Some people look at us as though we're a little bit crazy. Yeah, we've chosen a vehicle and we spend Saturdays and Sundays repairing it. From my point of view, being a technician, the guys who look at me, they've been working on vehicles all week. They don't want to know. I mean, to be honest with you, sometimes I get burnt out as well, and I just find it a struggle to have to do things at weekends. Other times I've just got the fire, you know. At the moment I'm actually burnt out. I've had so much work to do. Got Defender in the workshop as well, which has got a lot of work on it, and I'm not allowed to film that. The boss is wandering around. But basically, yeah, what I'm curious about is what got you into Land Rovers in the first place, your choice of vehicle, and ultimately, and now this is the philosophical thing about it, why have you got it? I mean, for me personally, well, I'll tell you my story. My father was in the Royal Air Force, and we lived on active military camps, and one of those was in Germany, right next to the Berlin Wall, and they were forever doing exercises, and the military thing has always been, you know, things that happen in your childhood never seem to go away, do they? My first experience with a Land Rover was a lightweight. My dad took me out on the runway, and it was just the smell and the wind and the canvas and everything. It was just something special about it. That came back later to me when I was in my 20s, when I was a young fitter, and I managed to somehow just catch the bug, and it stayed with me. And okay, sometimes I get burnt out. Philosophy behind why I like a Land Rover, yes, it is basic. It is a platform, and in survival situations you can always chuck another engine in the chassis and get it working. This is something that you can't do with a lot of vehicles. Okay, you can use them, you can abuse them and then chuck them away. Land Rover you can actually build a platform for, and like the guys that have got BOVs, some of it's good, some of it's brilliant. If you've got something that's not electronically controlled, you probably have a better chance of survival if you don't get hit by an EMP. You might burn the electrics out, swap a starter motor out, no problem, there's not much electrical on it. And if we did have a shit hit the fan situation, MOT standards would be out of the window anyway. You just have to make sure that your vehicle was working and it was reliable and you could get a reliable fuel source. Yeah, that's my mentality, okay? However, I understand that we live in a civilian situation and the shit hasn't hit the fan, but we still have to manage the best we can with the vehicles that we've got. So I'm really curious, basically, with some of you guys, well, I know my motivations, but your motivations is, why do you spend all this extra time getting your vehicle repaired, keeping it repaired, overhauling it, rebuilding it? Because I know the workmates, the guys that I work with, they think I'm a little bit twisted, and they don't like Land Rovers. We all have to work on the Land Rovers in the workshop, and they don't like them. I don't know why, because they're quite simple to work on, but they also find it a little bit strange that I'll go out of my way to get something to repair. Yeah. They don't understand, we do. But you've got a comment section below. In the comments you can, if you throw something in there, I'm always interested in people's motivations. We start a little discussion up and see what other people's motivations are, because there is something behind this, and I'll be honest with you, I've not got to the end of doing repairs, but I would like to take the channel eventually, if I decide, which I'm deciding I may as well keep it going, is to take it in a different direction slightly. I know we all do repairs and we've covered quite a lot of stuff, and now we have to get on to something a bit different, okay? Now you know that I'm doing my fitness. The fitness is for a reason, because of my age, but also it might well fit in with what I want to do next, and that will be part and parcel of the shit hit the fan survival stuff, okay? which could involve getting an old banger and taking it out somewhere and knocking the axle off and having to do it on site. You never know. But I'm curious, tell me a bit more about what you're into and why, okay? Alright, cheers chaps, see you later. Okay, so we're in the underpass again, nice quiet place. Okay, hello, and today I'm taking the dog we have in our ownership. Every time I got his camera up, you drive past you.